Would you like to introduce your name, year, course, and university?
Sure, yeah. So my name's Mason. I studied business at Bournemouth University. I graduated in 2020. So yeah, just 1 year, almost 1 year out of uni now.
Can you tell us your hometown?
Sure, I'm from Brackley, which is sort of in the middle of nowhere, right in the Midlands.
Can you remind us of the course you studied at university?
It was business studies with HR.
Why did you choose your course?
I was always interested in business, didn't really know what else to do. And the good thing about this course, it was quite general. So you could specialise at a later sort of date after you sort of really found what you were good at.
And you've now finished your course, which is a 4-year course, right?
Yeah.
What have you thought of your course?
Overall, it gave me a good sort of broad spectrum idea of sort of the different areas of business. I thought, it had a compulsory placement here, which I found really, really helpful. As the courses itself, it probably wasn't as practical as I would have liked, but it gave you good exposure to different elements.
Okay. If we go into did you have a placement year on your course?
I did have a placement, yeah.
Can you tell us where the placement year was, what it was like, and any tips for the placement?
Sure, yeah, I did my placement year at Renault UK, so it's the sales and marketing office for Renault cars. I worked in the HR team, and it was a really good year altogether. It was good to put sort of my skills in practice. I guess advice for other people is definitely to do one if you can. It's really good to sort of go out into the workplace and see what you're good at and also what you're not good at. So advice just be to research something that you're interested in and to try and get as much value as you can from it.
Do you come from a sixth form or college background?
I just come from a sixth form background.
While in sixth form, what subjects did you take? What subjects did you take while in sixth form?
Yeah, so I studied, like I said, I was always interested in business, so I chose business and economics. Then I chose philosophy as well. Bit of a filler, to be honest. Didn't really know what else to do, and yeah, that just ticked the boxes.
Did any of these subjects help you with your course?
Yeah, of course. I mean, business and economics were very similar. Lots of the modules we did, especially in first year, sort of coincided. So I sort of already had that sort of knowledge going in, to be honest.
Okay. What do you think the best A-levels / subjects are for your course?
Definitely business and economics. Well, if you're taking an economics unit at university, especially in first and second year, it's very much the same sort of the same topics. And then business, it's got similar themes throughout.
Okay. Could you remind us of the university you graduated from?
Yeah, so I graduated from Bournemouth University.
If we go into the best and worst things about studying at Bournemouth University, starting off with the worst.
The worst things, or going to throw them under the bus, am I? For me, just sort of the mixed campuses. It's just a bit of a nightmare sometimes travelling to and from. But it's quite nice, I guess, in respects, not living separately from the main campus, having that bit of difference.
Anything else bad or?
Oh no, it's all good.
And the best things about studying at Bournemouth University?
Probably the beach in the summer. I mean, I know a lot of students go home over the summertime, but after finally, it was nice to have that to sort of look forward to after the library. And then I guess there's, especially on the business course, there's some good links to industry. So that's really beneficial.
Okay. If we're now going to do accommodation, where did you live in your first year?
I stayed at Dorchester House in my first year.
And what was it like living at Dorchester? Was it good, bad, busy?
Yeah, no, it was good, to be fair. I mean, I had no idea what it was going to be like before I got there. I'd never seen it before, to be completely honest. But no, it was pretty decent. Good standard, lots of people, which was nice as well.
If we go into the kind of where party to study, where would you say Dorchester would range on the scale?
It was quite social, especially in our flat, to be honest. There were quite big kitchens or like big lounging areas. So, lots of people came over to there. It was probably bigger than a lot of the halls. So, yeah, it was good.
And is there anything else you think students need to know about staying if they want to stay at Dorchester House?
It's probably like they're all quite similar. It's probably on the higher end of budgets now, to be honest. But it is a good accommodation. Probably my favourite.
Hey, and your second year?
So I stayed in a private flat in Bournemouth town actually. So it was literally just up the road, which was decent. I wanted to stay in town, be
And
close to that.
what was it like going from Dorchester House to a private flat?
I live with mostly the same people. It was a very similar sort of flat, quite similar to Hall, so it wasn't that much change, and it was literally like 2-3 minutes away. But yeah, it was a little bit more freedom, which was nice, and not someone checking in or checking the state of your kitchen all the time.
And is there any advice you give to students that are looking to go from accommodation to a flat?
Yeah,
Or
sure.
a
Just
housing?
definitely check it out before, and go with a trusted estate agent. We were always quite lucky, to be fair, but I know people got shagged a little bit. So yeah, just view the flat before, make sure it's got all the right stuff in. We got a bit stabbed in the back final year with cold water and stuff like that.
And what if a student was in that situation? What would you advise them to do?
Just talk to other people that have been in similar situations. Lots of students have had sort of bad experience with estate agents, so just yeah, just use other people as a resource.
And your placement year?
Again, stayed in private accommodation with other people from my placement year. It's something I would, if you are going on placement year, just to try and live with people that you work with. It's just much easier just to build those relationships, but also just commuting and things like that.
Okay. Your final year.
Again, it was pretty much the same accommodation as we lived in second year. So yeah, if you've got a good accommodation one year, really just try and secure the bag. Final year, it was with the same people, so it's always good to have that as well.
If we go into the Bournemouth area, what was the nightlife like pre-COVID? What was the club for you?
Ooh, probably lost, to be fair. It's quite nice. But yeah, Bournemouth is on the whole it's got a lot of different things going on. It's quite diverse. I mean, you haven't got that many places, but each one's a little bit different. So there's always something to do.
And if we can now go into the shops, like your grocery shopping, your everyday shopping, was it more traditional or chain shops?
We always live across the big Asda in Bournemouth, so that's usually where we went. It's not good, to be honest. There is a new Lidl next to it, which is a little bit better, but yeah, that's
Why do you think it's not good in your opinion?
Just the quality of food, to be honest, and the shelves are always empty. And so many people work there, but no, they're not stacking the shelves.
Okay. If we now go into the restaurants, again, is it more chain or more traditional?
Bit of both, to be fair. I thought the food in Bournemouth was really good. There's some really good spots like Noodle Bar, Seven Bone, Native. Some very good spots, to be fair.
What's the restaurant for you?
It's got to be Seven Bone. But if you're looking for lunchtime, go to Native.
What's the dish?
So what?
What dish do you advise?
If you're going to Native, just to get sort of the lunch buffet. If you're going to Seven Bone, just any one of their burgers, very good.
Okay. If we now go into what general advice would you give to students about to study at university?
Sure, I guess just going quite open-minded, try to say yes to more opportunities. Yeah, if you do have a lot of time in first year, it's not that busy in terms of the actual course. I mean, it might change between courses or whatever, but to try and fill that time with lots of opportunities that are on offer, whether that's extracurricular or something yourself. So definitely use that to your advantage.
What advice would you give to students about to study at Bournemouth University?
Sure, just explore Bournemouth a little bit more. There's lots sort of outside of the town itself, like in Christchurch. But yeah, just take advantage of the beach for sure. I don't think I went at all like in my first year, which was probably a bit of a mistake. But yeah, just use it while it's there.
What advice would you give to students about to study your course at university?
Yeah, it's like I was saying, it's a very general. There's a broad sort of element to like a variety of different topics. So just try to find early sort of what you're interested in and what you're good at, and then you can specialize that throughout the years and go into your placement on it. That's just important to know sort of what you're good at, and what you don't like is just as important.
You chose going to university over an apprenticeship / going right into work. What path you to make this choice?
I just wanted to, I didn't want to go straight into work, to be completely honest. I wanted a little bit more freedom. You know, I was 18 and whatever, but yeah, definitely I do see the value in doing a degree apprenticeship or something like that. So it really is to your personal taste. I wouldn't recommend one over the other, to be completely honest.
Okay, you've now finished university. You finished in July 2020, and we're now in February 2021. What is life like after university?
Yeah, so I graduated 2020, not the best year to graduate. Amid COVID, life was pretty bleak for a little bit. Found myself unemployed, and slapped in the face by the pandemic. But yeah, found myself a good start. So it's been really positive after that. Hard to comment completely, just because been sort of stuck inside. But yeah, working has definitely got its benefits. But you also don't have as much free time as you might have at university. So, like I said earlier, just take advantage of your spare time.
Okay. At this point, I let students have what I like to call a free for all. You can say what you want about what you'd like. You could give advice. You could say something smart. You could say something dumb. Literally, the floor is yours.
Wow, the pressure's on. I'll just reiterate that at university, there's lots of opportunities presented by the university itself, and just try to explore those a little bit more. As you get into final year and you've got less time, you might regret not using your first and second year as well to sort of hone in on those things. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and I'm plugged in.
Amazing. Thank you.
Cool.